Please give a warm welcome for Kim Berns. Yes, Kimmy.
All right, I'm not gonna touch this thing, and it's not just like the crazy Catholic girl in me, but I gotta be a feel. So how's everybody doing? Great. I mean, my husband liked that joke because he knows all about crazy Catholic girls. But anyway, so sex, politics, religion, they're all one category now. You know, it used to be in polite society, which of course no longer exists, that you couldn't talk about those three topics. But you can't stay away from it. Last week, you may have heard that Kellyanne Conway, who is the henchwoman to President Trump, announced that she too had been sexually harassed by her neighbor's dog. And on further reporting, Kellyanne did break down crying and said, "He made me feel pretty." That's it. But anyway, no, and then they kept calling the house, but her husband was too drunk to comment. I don't know if you've seen this guy all over town, but if you were married to Kellyanne. Anyway, so going into the religious portion of our show tonight, no, it's true, it's really true. So I married this Jewish lawyer who promised me that, well, he wanted to be my savior. He wanted to be my savior, and to this day, I keep waiting for the second coming. All right, so now I have a Jesus complex. So I'm following this minivan the other day. We live in Westchester. We have 3 sons, and I'm following this minivan, and it says, there's this bumper sticker that says, "Are you following Jesus this closely?" And I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's the real Jesus. So I drive up next to the car, and it's got, this person got the long hair. I mean, Jesus clearly never had a comb. I don't know if you've seen photos, but so the long hair, a little scruffy, wearing the robe, and I'm like, this is just another unhinged housewife. And it was just disappointing because I figured out, she must have been, she's a homeschooler. And the first thing you do if you're a homeschooler is get in your car. Okay, you're supposed to be home. Come on, guys, follow me here. Okay, anyway, homeschooling. Who's got kids? Anybody have kids? Yeah. Okay, it's ridiculous. Homeschooling, I mean, there is nothing better than school drop-off. Right. School drop-off is better than sex. Okay, so no, it's true. I'm really actually at the point, though, that so is a cold martini. That's not what we're talking about. It's not. No, you go home, you don't care if you drop them off, what you have to do, what your chores are, because there's nobody there. Usually it's like you've got these 3 kids that are following you around, and they're like the KGB, and it's like, mom, and you're hiding in some closet, and out of nowhere they find you, and you go, what? And they go, nothing. And then that's the end of that. That's the end of that. So you got to get away from them. And so, of course, I've learned to lock doors. Locking doors is smart when you have kids who are trailing you like that. And the other day I'm in the bathroom, and the door's locked, and like radio sounds, like they can't hear me, they don't know I'm in here. And all of a sudden they start slipping money under the door that they stole from my purse. And I'm thinking, well, at least they have a skill set. Praise God, especially like I said, her kids are thieves, I can tell by her reaction to that. But anyway, and then I have a kid who's a senior in high school, and so of course you have like these very mixed feelings about he's leaving, thank God, and you're like, when the fuck is he gonna leave? Like it's like every other day. But he came to me, he was going on a field trip because this is real school. And he says, "Oh, Mom, you didn't sign that part. It says, if you need something special." I go, "What? You need a wheelchair? You need a seeing eye dog?" And he turns to me and goes, "I might need a rib. I might have a conflict." Yeah. Okay, sure. He's my kid. I think he's fine. Anyway, Jesus. All right. Look, I lost half the room on that job. I don't think it's my fault though somehow. Anyway, so I got a lot of jobs, so I got all these kids, and after the first one was born, couldn't wait for this kid to be born, so the first thing I did was get a job so I could, you know, not hang around. And I got a job being a decorator so I could get out of my house and I'll come to your house. Yeah. And so I did that for a while. I'm in radio now, which is really fun. And the first thing they told me, which was like 6 years ago, is you need to talk like nobody's listening. And I go, I got a fucking Jewish husband and 3 boys. Nobody's fucking listening. I mean, so I'm actually pretty good at that. I'm pretty good at that. And then I got into show business, which clearly is what this is. And you know, all the other housewives are like, well, don't quit your day job. And I said, you know, I'm a wife and mother. You have to fake your own death to quit that fucking day job. You know, right? And then the next thing you know, you've like made it to Florida and they pull you over because your tail light is out. Anyway, so, you know, so I got all these jobs, and the one job, I mean, I worked and worked and worked and worked. I could never get it right, is the hand job. And, you know, I have to admit to failure in that category. I've also tried to get fired from this job a million times. You never get fired when you're on a blow job. And no, it's horrible. And I'll never understand the way men think about this. I'll have to come back as the man to get the whole picture on it, because you know, you say to a woman, and she's waiting for her birthday. She's waiting for like the new watch, what kind of piece of jewelry, you know, how much does she like you this year depends completely upon whether it's a jewelry year. And with a guy, he's like, just waits all year for the blowjob, for the birthday. You know, and I think it's kind of a sad state of affairs. I mean, I have friends who have talked about it, and they're saying to me, you know, I wanted to get my house sided, and my husband told me I could get it done if I give him 30 blowjobs in a row. And I'm like, oh, how'd you do it? She goes, I just got the garage done. And I go, oh, damn, because it's tough. And another friend who, I guess, she wanted a dog. The husband doesn't like dogs, and he said, all right, you know, for a mutt, 20 blowjobs. And she's like, I don't want it a pure breed. So he said, oh no, because that costs money. That's 40 blowjobs in a row. And I said, get the asshole a service dog and make him do it. That's what I said, thank you.
Give it up for Kim.